sometimes I think back to who I might have been at age 21 when I started my career with the Minneapolis Symphony. And I even surprised myself. It helps me to know myself, and I'd like to tell something about that exemplifies who I was at that time, having just gotten a job in the Minneapolis Symphony. I was really happy to get that job. And then after a short time, Doráti, in somewhat recognition of my abilities, decided in his wisdom to move me up to the first stand, which is a big deal in an orchestra because, number one, it's the honor of being in that what we call the select circle. There's nobody between you and the conductor. And sometimes there are a few dollars attached to that promotion. So you're on the first stand, there's a principal viola, and you're his assistant, and you're working closely with the conductor that way. So I get that job, I'm just 21, and I'm going to be sitting up there this particular night for the first time in that new position. My then wife, Leigh Hearon, was in the audience, as she often was, for the concerts on Friday nights. We start the concert, and Doráti was in a bad mood, I seem to recall. What we call in his growly mood. He would kind of lean over the viola section or the fiddle section and go, as if to say, you're useless, you're not doing anything, I don't like what you're doing. Or he'd glare if he didn't make that guttural sound. So I'm up here for the first time. We played the concert, and he did a bunch of that stuff, looking right down, I thought, towards me, just 1 foot away, 2 feet away from him. He's on the podium. I can almost touch him if I reached out. But this took place a number of times during that performance, my first time ever on the first stand of the Minneapolis Symphony Orchestra. And this gets to the main point of this narrative. Who was I at age 21? So it didn't really bother me in the sense that I was intimidated, but it annoyed me that he's treating me, the young Iglitzin, with disdain or with disgust maybe. So we finished the concert, and I go back to where Lynn used to wait. Then we'd go out to Dinkytown and get pizza with our other colleagues after the concert and then shuffle off home. And I went and I found her waiting in that certain corner. And I said, don't go away. Stay here. There's something I have to do. And she said, what? And I said, just stay here. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So I turned tail and went to the backstage to what's called the green room, where Doráti was there, taking off his shirt, getting de-sweated from a big concert and all. And he turned towards me. I can see him now, half shirt on, half shirt off. What is it? I said, I need to talk to you. He said, okay, speak up. I said, I don't like the way I was treated tonight during the performance. I'm resigning from the position as an assistant solo violist right now. I will not be treated this way. He looked me dead in the eye and said, my boy, you're imagining things. What treatment? What are you talking about? I said, the way you glared at me and growled at me during that whole performance, I will not tolerate this, and I don't want this job. Basically, take the job. The rest is unsaid. Put his arm around me. He said, you just must have imagined it. I had no problems with the way you're playing. You're playing fine. I want you up here. I don't want you to resign from the position. Everything is fine between us. And please stay in the position and let's just carry on. I'll see you during the week. And I accepted that. So I backed down from my gauntlet that I had thrown to him, and that was the end of that story.